¿Me escuchas? Hello, how are you? Good to see you.
Same to you. How are you?
Fine, thank you very much for being today with us.
Oh,
It's
my pleasure. Thank you.
it's a pleasure. It's been a long time that we wanted to see you, to talk to you, and we are very happy that you're here with us.
Myself as well.
So,
Thank you.
thank you. For the people who do not know you, why the title guy? Why?
Well, everyone, sorry, I'm just trying to get this right here.
No problem.
There we go. So everyone always says, I got a guy, I need, I got a title guy. So I figured, I ask and answer a lot of questions to people for everything around title, real estate, commercial, residential, and what have you. So I decided to be asked the title guy.
Oh, that's a perfect name because the title is the most important part of the transaction. It's the one that really gives the possession of a real estate, no? So
That's
it's
correct.
very important. So when did you start it with real estate, Glenn?
So I've been doing title now for Kensington for 19 years. We're the largest privately held company in the U.S. And I opened South Florida about 3.5, 4 years ago. And now, 3.5 years later, fast forward, and we're the #1 title agent for Stewart in the state, who's our underwriter. And we're a national company, so I do closings and title all over the country. We do a ton of foreign national clients, whether it be cash or a mortgage or what have you. And at the end of the day, working with someone who knows what they're doing, who has multilingual people in their office for South Florida. We know FERPTA, we know FinCEN, we have counsel if people need an attorney or can refer. And being able to close anywhere, anytime, especially during this COVID craziness, is super important. And thank God we've been able to not only maintain success during this time, but grow.
Wow. And because you know that so many foreigners cannot go to the United States, how you are helping them concerning the title,
Sure. So there's different things that we can do to close. Number one, cash deals are simple, right? For the buyer side, it's very easy. We do a DocuSign with the closing documents. They send a wire, we close, we fund, have a nice day. The problem relies on the seller side. When you have sellers that are foreign nationals and don't have a bank account in the United States, or can't come here because of COVID or travel restrictions or what have you, it makes things a little bit more difficult, obviously. But we try to work through it, whether it be at an embassy, which is very difficult to do right now. Traveling is tough. What we've been able to do is remote closings with either a power of attorney, a corporate resolution, appointing someone in the United States as the authorized signator on the account, or even, having someone who's a foreign national, and I've done a couple in the last couple of days, who have problems because they can't come out of the country, they can't get to the embassy. So what we do is, we have a third party that knows the consumer. It's usually an accountant or an attorney or a banker or someone to verify identification, and we do a remote online notary. But it is a case-by-case basis, and if the client is a foreign national and don't have a social security number, it makes it a little bit more difficult, but listen, we work through it.
Wow, that's fantastic. Where are you now, right now? Where are you now?
So I am in Miami. My corporate office in South Florida is in Brickell. We have 4 offices right in the heart of Brickell. And then I have an office in Broward and an office in Palm Beach in South Florida. But then we have offices throughout the country. So I have New York, New Jersey, Maryland, DC, Virginia, Arizona, soon to be Georgia, Texas. We have 3 offices there. So, we can, we do close everywhere. And, white glove service right now is super important, right? Because you have a lot of people who are stuck at home. We've closed a ton of COVID positive borrowers. We're just super careful. you can close anywhere. You know, you have to have the pliability, and you have to be able to know how to handle a transaction. I'm closing a deal right now with the seller. The seller is also buying a property, and we're doing seller's docs on the sale and his purchase on the buy, and he can't leave. He's in London, and he can't leave. I have another borrower in France, same situation. So we have to work through it, you know, whether we change the resolution, we do a remote online, whatever we choose to do that's most convenient for the borrower. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer to close, but at the end of the day, our job is to ensure and make sure that both the buyer and seller are comfortable with the transaction, and that everyone gets what they need and deserve and what have you. So
fantastic.
It makes it.
And where do you think that now in the United States are more sales occurring? In California, in Washington, in New York, in Miami? Where really are happening more movement of sales in this situation? Where?
So I feel like Miami is still either it's super high net worth, you know, they're buying 10 million plus, cash, sometimes loans, but usually cash. And those deals are not happening as much as they used to. I feel like the Northeasterners are migrating towards Palm Beach more so than Miami. And I don't know why. I don't know why, but we're getting a lot of buyers from the Northeast, from California, from taxable states, Connecticut, New Jersey, and just the surrounding areas around New York City are super busy. Jersey is busy, Westchester, Long Island, and you know, the condo market is suffering a little bit. Obviously, there's a lot of inventory, a lot of new projects coming on the market. But buyers are being specific, right? They want what they want, and there's a purpose for their purchase, whether it be a second home, an investment property. We're also getting a lot of clients that have come out of, let's say, Brazil, where now the dollar is worth, you know, a lot more here than it would be there. And they're thanking their agents for bringing them and planting their money here. Now what they're doing, a lot of them, is refinancing because the mortgage rates are so low, taking out equity from the property they bought cash and purchasing more property. So we're getting a lot of that also.
So they're getting finance of the property that already is all cash.
Correct.
So they can buy more property.
Of course. You know, when you're concerned about your money in your own country and you park your money in the United States, in South Florida, and you purchase cash, you always have the opportunity to take that equity out and buy more. So that we're seeing a lot of that also.
Do you think that it's gonna suffer the prices now in real estate in Miami? What do you think about that?
So I don't think that they're going to suffer too much. I think the influx of buyers from everywhere are actually causing a ruckus, because sellers think that because of COVID and migration problems, because of travel restrictions or what have you, that they're going to get a much better deal. I don't think that's true at all. I think the buyers now can kind of come in, especially when they have cash or they have a pre-qualified buyer with a lender, to come in and purchase properties at market value. You know, what I see is a lot of deals in heavy negotiations, right? Used to get I get a call on Monday, Glenn, send me your wiring instructions, we got a new deal, da-da-da-da. The next thing you know, Friday comes around, I still don't have a contract. So you call the broker, and I'm like, what's going on? And most of the responses are the same. We're negotiating. So sellers think that they can dictate, and buyers think that they can dictate. So you have a bidding war per se, or people going back and forth on pricing and stipulations and furniture and what have you. So there's a lot of movement down here, though. I mean, it's busy.
It's busy. It's a good moment to negotiate, I think. No, it's a good moment.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you hope that you can get what you want, but you know, what people don't understand is you can't get it from both sides. You can't sell your property at top value and buy at the lowest in the market. So there's a balance, right? If you're selling, you sell for a price, and then you got to expect to pay market value for the price. You know, it's not so cut and dry and simple like it used to be.
Yeah, I'm sure. And also the buyers that you work with, where do they come from?
All over the place. I mean, I was very busy with Canadians. Mexico was very busy. Obviously, I'm a New Yorker, so New York is always, you know, my home, and you know, and I've been doing title there for 16 years. So now coming down here, being a national firm, I still have a ton of connections in New York. You know, people calling me for everything, purchases, rentals, office space, you know, because they trust me and they know that I'm going to lead them in the right direction, whether it be an introduction to an agent, just talking to them about, hey, where do you want to live? And people are like, I don't know. I would just want to get the hell out of here. So, especially those of which who spent a lot of money to live in condos in New York City, and they can't leave, and they're on quarantine, and they're stuck in their, you know, 1,000-foot, $2.2 million apartment with 2 kids that have to homeschool, and you have to work, and you can't show it's just, you know, the world is kind of upside down. But we're seeing a lot of, not only, I mean, this is prior to people really traveling, right? You're not getting a lot of people on planes yet. It's starting to fill up a little bit. But once again, as expected, COVID is, you know, we're getting a lot of cases in South Florida. It's making people nervous, including the mayor. And things will change for the worse, I think, again, and then get better. Again, if people listen. Unfortunately, people do what they want, regardless of, you know, the reality of whatever they're doing. So, you know, that's
It's a difficult moment. It's a difficult moment, I'm sure.
It
Because,
is.
and also young people think that they cannot get it, so, you know, they don't really are precautions in take the things to do in order to prevent it. It's not easy. Miami is full of young people. It's full.
It is, but you know what we're seeing now is a lot more younger families coming in to either Miami or the outskirts of Miami, or even north to Broward and Palm Beach for quality of life, for tax savings. Some people were right on the cusp and, you know, felt like I got to get out of here sooner or later, and then COVID hit, and now it's just, you know, the nail in the coffin. We got to get out of here. The problem is that people can't sell their houses quick enough in the boroughs in New York City, so they have to sell before they buy in a lot of occasions. And then for some people, it's not the case. For some people, it's much easier. They could just, you know, they could afford to keep their place and come and buy another place, or rent for a while, find out where they want to be, and then make a decision.
Wow, it's a very special moment. But I'm very glad to talk to you. Where are you from, New York? What part?
I'm sorry?
From what part of New York you are?
I'm from Brooklyn originally. As you see the Williamsburg Bridge behind us.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, I made the migration from Brooklyn full time for almost 4 years now.
Wow. I have some questions for you here. People are saying you are a genius, Mr. World.
I'm sorry, I can't really hear you too well.
Do you hear me? Hello?
Hold on.
Hello?
Yep, I got you. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. I'm trying to see if this is on speaker. Can everybody hear me okay?
I listen to you.
You do? Okay.
Okay, here's a glance, the best of the best, Mr. Worldwide.
I don't know if I'm Mr. Worldwide, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
They love you. They love you. So they want to know, so how long it takes to make a closing in a digital way? You know, how long it takes? How long?
It's not much longer. You know, it's not that it takes much longer. It just takes longer to set up because you have to have time differentials. The notary has to be in Virginia. That's the law for a remote online. So they have to be a Virginia notary. Everything is set up online, and then we kind of take it from there.
Fantastic. You know, I'm so happy, Glenn, to have you. And And you know, I would like to commit you to be another day, if possible, and I want you to specifically show me how to close a deal from an Argentinian buying in Miami, all indirectly worldwide. Can you do it? Can you help me with that?
Of course, you know, to me, it's you know, everything is, as long as you listen and feel the needs of the clients, and you know, I try to speak to all the buyers in the beginning and the sellers or people from my office if there's a language barrier, because I don't speak any other languages, but my office does. So we try to get the expectations right off the bat. You know, Argentina, Venezuela, not very easy places to close overseas, unless it's cash. If it's cash, I'll close in 3 days. You know,
Fantastic.
we'll do a DocuSign. We get the wire in. We'll send them the documents. We always try to close the seller first, hold a deed in escrow, so that that's done, and then close the buyer and then fund. So, you know, it's not that it's a long process. It's just a matter of communicating. That's it. So, which
Fantastic.
people in South Florida, a lot of people have a difficult time doing.
You are, I know, but you are the title guy, so I am with the right person.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, Glenn, thank you so much. A pleasure.
My
and
pleasure.
Thank you for your time. I'm very blessed and looking forward to working together, please.
Thank you. And for those of you watching, or we'll see this in the future, follow me. I'm Ask the Title Guy, and hopefully we can help you close.
I'm sure. Thank you again. Thank you.
Ciao.
Thank you. Ciao,
Bye.
ciao.